Hey, this is Wyatt with Creative Habits Podcast. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 strategies I learned from Stephen Larsen on creating an irresistible offer. Here they are. All right, here's the first strategy. Don't be creative, be a detective. Now, this one is great because Creative Habits Podcast, I've talked to artists from around the globe, and I really like the idea of, noodling around with ideas and being creative. But the thing of it is, when you have an idea, it doesn't always match with an audience. So what he recommends is be a detective. And what this means is, instead of being creative, where you take ownership of the idea and you think it's all cool and everything, be a detective. And being a detective allows you to have more mobility with your idea, to change and adapt it. You want to really go into groups and see what kind of common pain points people are experiencing. In that sense, you're looking at the questions people are asking and researching those, and then developing off of those rather than just some cool idea you have in your head. Number 2, create a core and then build around that. So when you've gone and researched in the different groups and you found some core problems that people are experiencing, you grab onto one and you have a solution for that, make sure it's a core solution. You're going to be building not a product, not one thing, because an irresistible offer is made up of a lot of different elements. But you're going to want to have a core. Keep listening because it'll become clear with the other points. But basically, you want to have a core problem that you're solving and dive into that core problem, and then you're going to be building around that. All right, number 3. So you've got this core problem and you want to build around that with the objections that people have. For example, let's say you're solving a problem and they say, oh, the tech is too expensive. Well, then part of your offer then could be a list of inexpensive tech that they can use and still get the same results. So you've eliminated their objection along the way. You want to look at those objections and build into your offer so that you eliminate those objections naturally. I love this point because it's so huge. When you get this, everything else falls into place. But there's 2 more things you want to put into place. Okay, number 4 should be obvious, but let's go over it anyway. You don't want to just take some bonus items that you've kind of accumulated from other places, some white label items that you can just kind of throw into an offer to make it look more robust. Those random, like white label offer things. Now, I'm not saying the white label offers are bad or these other things are bad. It's just oftentimes they're not highly relevant. One thing you can do, of course, is to go ahead and tweak white label offers so that they are hyper relevant. And in that sense, you can use it. But I wouldn't just throw in a bunch of white label items, throw in a bunch of stuff. You know how you get those offers and it's like, okay, get this one item and here's 25 different bonus items. But they aren't relevant. They're just thrown in there to look like you're getting this huge value. And maybe you are, but really that's going to overwhelm your audience. You want to be hyper relevant so that they get results. And so that's why you don't want to just go for the white label items and throw in a bunch of stuff so that it looks good. Make it hyper relevant so that they get results. All right, here comes the last point. It's another really important one. Number 5 is to get feedback. Now, feedback is really critical because that audience is going to give you an idea on if you've made the mark or not. And this part attaches back to point number 1. Because if you have too much ownership of your idea, you're not going to accept that feedback. You're going to be offended by it. You want to have your idea out there, something that can be adapted and changed along the way. That feedback is important. But a couple things you want to note. You want to go back to the audience that you're actually serving. Don't just take opinions from random people here and there. Make sure it's the actual audience you're serving, that they've actually digested a bit of what you've given them. So they're not just going off of opinions based on maybe a title they've seen, but you've actually given them a little bit. And so really your offer is always being updated. Think about it. There'll always be people giving you such great feedback. And the thing of it is, when you incorporate that, it'll make it even more irresistible. It's not just you creating this offer, it's your audience too. It's a co-creative effort. So be willing to take that feedback and incorporate it, not only initially, but on an ongoing basis. And you'll definitely have an irresistible offer that just keeps getting more and more and more irresistible. So if you found this helpful, go below and sign up for the One Funnel Away Challenge. Because there you'll be able to go to the source, Stephen Larsen and Russell Brunson and Julie Stowen. All of them give you not only how to create an irresistible offer, but the funnel for it, hooks. Hands down, if you take the One Funnel Away Challenge, you will be able to improve an existing offer or create one from scratch. They have material in there that you can go back to again and again and again to improve an existing offer. So highly recommend it. creativehabitspodcast.com/OFA. Go there now, sign up for the challenge, and make your irresistible offer. If you want more idea experiments, challenges, and ways to make all that a habit, go ahead and subscribe. Talk to you in the next video.